The Hambletonian Oaks is just minutes away right now. We're going to join Justin Horowitz once again. He's standing by with driver Yannick Gingras. Justin.
Yannick, you've driven Maven every start this year. You've beaten Check Me Out, which not too many horses can say. How are you going to do it again today?
I mean, ideally, I'd like to have some pace to come into and follow her second over. That'd be a great spot. That'd be a place I'd like to be.
What is it about Maven that makes her the one that's able to go fast enough to stay with Check Me Out?
I mean, she's very handy and very easy on herself. Last year, she used to, she'd be a little cuckoo and try to get away from me and be a little bit grabby. But so far, so good this year. She's been driving 2 fingers. She's letting me do what I want to do with her, and that's the way she's been racing.
Well, if Maven can mind her manners, she might provide a perfect 33rd birthday present for Yannick Gingras today, guys.
That's right, Dave. I guess we should just, well, we're not going to sing happy birthday, but we'll just wish Yannick Gingras a happy 33rd birthday today. And very, very close still in the wagering between Check Me Out and Maven. And we heard from Ray Schnitker earlier. And Ray was quoted and actually stated earlier this week that Check Me Out's going to undergo an embryo transfer at the end of the year so she can be bred yet continue to race. She'll be bred to Dewey Cheatham and Howe, 2008 Hambletonian winner, who was trained, co-owned, and actually driven by Ray Schnitker in the Hambletonian. And again, Justin asked Ray, a lot of horsemen won't even plan for next week. You're planning for the 3 or 4 years out for this great filly.
He's planning for years to come. In fact, we know that Ray Schnitker wants to race Check Me Out in the footsteps of Moneymaker, the great Moneymaker who went on that world tour and eventually competed in races over in Europe. She is always considered to be the greatest trotting filly of all time. Well, maybe Check Me Out could do that again. That embryo transfer, that's a very controversial procedure, no doubt about that. We'll see if that works and how they plan there. But one of the decisions I think that made the big difference here for Ray Schnitker was that he has won the Hambletonian, so it's not an ego kind of a thing. Had he not been a Hambletonian winner, he won with Dewey Cheatham and Howe there, this decision might have been different. But he thinks he can race Check Me Out well into her 5th and 6th year. And you know what? For harness fans, that'd be a great thing.
All right, it is time for the Hambletonian Oaks Post Parade. And what's better than a track bugler? 4 of them. Here are the All-Star Buglers.
And the Red Bulls played last night. How'd you guys do?
Here's the field. The one superstar at Hanover, Jimmy Takter, has won the Oaks 3 times as a trainer, but never as a driver.
And he'll try to do exactly the same thing in the Hambletonian a little bit later with Guccio. This filly possesses a world of speed, but lately not the kind of stamina that could win a race like this. She weakened in last week's elimination, finishing 3rd behind Check Me Out.
Speaking of Check Me Out, number 2 is Check Me Out. And with a win here, her combined earnings at ages 2 and 3 would make her the richest trotting filly in history.
Last year's champion 2-year-old by Hambletonian winning sire Donato Hanover is back and on quite a roll of late with 6 straight victories. She set a world record 3 weeks ago on the Del Mill Memorial here and a track record in the Elegant Image in Canada. Trainer Ray Schnitker, well, it was a tough decision, but I think he made the right one, racing her in the Oaks instead of the Hambo.
Number 3, her nemesis in 2012, Maven. Driver Yannick Gingras celebrating his 33rd birthday today. And trainer Jonas Zernson hopes to celebrate his 2nd Oaks win, having won in 2005 with the upsetter Jalopy.
And she's by sire Glidemaster, also a Hambletonian winner and clearly the biggest threat to Check Me Out today. She's the only horse to beat that filly this season in their first start back in May. Trainer Zernson says that Maven is peaking at exactly the right time. Driver Yannick Gingras, who we just heard from, is having a career year. 3 weeks ago, he won the $600,000 Meadowlands Pace with a rock and roll dance. What a birthday present it would be.
Number 4, Personal Style, co-owner Brittany Farms, bred and owned 2006 Oaks winner Passionate Glide, currently the richest trotting filly of all time.
Here's the filly that looms as the biggest closing threat if the race sets up for a come from behind her. She has only 2 wins this year and none in her last 5 starts, but post 4 is perfect for her, and regular driver Dave Miller is a master at the patient style of driving.
Number 5, Uncommon Night. Driver George Brennan looks for back-to-back wins in the Oaks, having won with upsetter Bold and Fresh last year.
And this filly enters today's Oaks as an 0 for 19 career maiden. That means she's never won a race, yet she came storming home for 2nd behind Check Me Out in last week's elimination at odds of 40 to 1. That was by far the best race she's ever turned in, and her driver George Brennan has one of the best nicknames of all. We call him the Minister of Speed.
Number 6, Real Babe. Ray Schnittger has never won the Oaks before as either a trainer or driver, but as we said, captured the 2008 Hambletonian as both with Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
And this is the second of trainer Ray Schnittger's entrance. He will drive himself. She cost $100,000 as a yearling. Her dad, Donato Hanover, won the Hambo, and her mom, House That Ruth Built, was one of the top trotting mares of all time, banking $1.1 million.
Number 7, Win Missy B. Owner-breeder Robert Key hasn't won the Oaks, but won the Hambletonian as owner-breeder in 1993 with the American winner.
And she brings the speed to the party today for trainer Charlie Norris, Brian Sears, and Key. Watch for her to burst out of the gate and potentially set the pace. She's chased Check Me Out for the better part of a year now. She did beat her last season. Sears won the Oaks 2 years ago by an inch with Broadway Schooner.
Number 8, Tremont Hanover. Breeder Hanover Shoe Farms has won the Oaks 3 times and the Hambletonian a record 10 times.
She has arguably the best pedigree of the field. She's a full sister to the aforementioned Donato Hanover. She cost $260,000 as a yearling, but that price tag and pedigree hasn't turned into much racing success yet.
The 9 is holier than thou. Yannick Gingras had driven this filly in her last 2, but he's the regular driver of Maven. So Ron Pierce takes over, and he's won 3 Oaks.
And this is the second entrant for trainer Jonas Cernison. She owns only 1 career stakes win at Pennsylvania Sire Stakes last month at Pocono, where she was 27-1. I wasn't exactly enthralled with her 4th place finish in last week's elimination. That came from post 2. This will be a lot harder out in post 9.
And the 10, Sassy Syrnix. No filly has ever won the Hambletonian Oaks from post position number 10, but her mom, Syrnix Hanover, won it and was an incredible performer.
She was a great one, but this post will be very hard to overcome today. She's the only filly in the field that did not race last year at 2, and she has only 1 win this season.
That's the field for the 2012 Hambletonian Oaks. Well, this is the first time we've seen Donna Brothers on horseback. She's at the top of the stretch. Donna.
Hey, Gary, we're at the Hambletonian Oaks, which means we're going to see the best 3-year-old filly trotters in the nation. But keep in mind, these are trotters, and what we want to see is them to continue to trot. We want to see them just trotting just like they're doing in the warm-up and just like my horse is doing right now. 2 of the horses have made a break this year. That's the 4 Personal Style and the 5 Uncommon Night. A break looks like this. They end up in a gallop or a run. If they do that, the drivers will need to slow them down, get them back to a trot, lose significant ground to the horses in front of them before they can get back in stride. Obviously, they're hoping not to have a break today, Gary.
All right, Donna. Dave, you were right. Check Me Out 4-5. Maven at 8-5 currently. What's the race strategy here? I mean, Win Missy B, will she show speed from the gate? She certainly possesses a lot of it.
That might be my second guarantee of the day, that she fires out of the gate. But we're also going to see speed from number 1, Superstar Hanover and Jimmy Takter here. Both favorites, Check Me Out and Maven, like to come from slightly off the pace. It may be a simple repeat of what we saw in the Elegant Image here, where Check Me Out moves first, Maven follows her, and then we find out which of these 2 great champions will be best down the stretch.
All right, let's bring in Donna once again for some thoughts on how she sees the Oaks unfolding. Donna.
Well, I've just been watching the fillies in the warm-up, and we expected to see the 2 Check Me Out and the 3 Maven relaxed in their warm-ups, and we have seen that, so nothing unusual here. The 7 Win Missy B will get a little bit wound up as she approaches the gate, but she needs to be relaxed in this warm-up and post-braid, and she has been. If she gets a little too wound up too soon, like let's say about a furlong out from the starting gate, Dave, as you know, that's not a good sign for her.
No, it's most definitely not. And again, if she does fire out, it's difficult to get her to relax once she gets started. I'm sure you've ridden a couple of horses like that, Donna. But again, she is a filly with quality. She has beaten Check Me Out before, and it's a speed favoring day sometimes when we race during the daylight. Most of these harness races take place at night. So this is something new for some of these fillies, and we'll see how they respond to it.
There's a look at Check Me Out, of course, the first race that we showed you on the program, the Nat Ray Invitational. Tim Tetrick getting Chapter 7 home. It's been a huge year. Tim Tetrick once again for the 6th consecutive year, the leader as far as money earned seasonally. If he ends the year as the top money earner, it'll be 6 years, and he will join the likes of Billy Houghton, who did that way back in the 1950s.
It's very simple, Gary. Every year for Tim Tetrick is a big year because he's just a tremendous talent and has become one of the sport's top drivers. I spoke to him earlier this week. He said he's never gone to the bottom of the well on Check Me Out. Well, I'm not so sure. We saw that that Elegant Image final. I have a feeling we're in for one heck of a matchup today. Let's get them rolling.
Phillies behind the gate for the 2012 edition of the Hambletonian Oaks. And right now we're going to once again send it up to the booth here at Meadowlands Racetrack and track announcer Ken Workington.
All right, it's post time for the Hambletonian Oaks, race 11, full field of 10. 3-year-old filly trotters lining up for race 11. $714,050, 3 to 5 on the 2. Check Me Out, looking for 7 in a row. At 8 to 5, 3 Maven, looking for 4 in a row. Arch rivals side by side. Off stride, the 1 Superstar Hanover. The rest on gate. Here they come. They're off in the Hambletonian Oaks, and it's Win Missy B out fast on the outside, and Holier Than Thou. Check Me Out, the favorite, is alert from the inside and stepping out with Maven into the first turn. Check Me Out from the inside. Win Missy B out sprints her and takes the lead. Check Me Out to the outside there, and we'll go up to challenge with Maven third. On the move up is Holier Than Thou. From the inside comes Personal Style. Holier Than Thou fifth now. Uncommon Night is on the gallop off stride. Then it's Real Babe who avoids her to the inside, followed by Dream On Hanover and Sassy Syrnix and Superstar Hanover, who broke before the start. First quarter was just 28 seconds. Check Me Out took over. Check Me Out. Maven parked out here. Win Missy B assumes that second spot. Maven now retreats back into third in the backstretch as Check Me Out is in full control. Personal Style tightens in from fourth midway on the backside. Holier Than Thou fifth on the inside. Then it's Real Babe. Back to Sassy Syrnix and Superstar Hanover, and Dream On Hanover made a break, and way back is Uncommon Night. Half was 55, 27 seconds flat. 3 to 5 favorite. Check Me Out, looking for 7 straight here. Win Missy B second. Maven third on the outside. Holier Than Thou gaps on the inside fourth. Here comes Personal Style mounting in charge on the outside, following Maven as they head to 3/4. Real Babe is pinned in fifth on the rail. Sassy Syrnix sixth on the outside. Check Me Out drifts out, goes off stride. Check Me Out made an uncharacteristic break as they turn for home. 3/4, 1:23 and 2. Sudden turn of events here. And on the inside, it's Win Missy B. And now on the outside, here comes Personal Style. Win Missy B. Sears working furiously on her. Dave Miller, Personal Style on the outside. Sassy Syrnix is third. And Check Me Out rallies for fourth to the wire. It's going to be tight. Personal Style on the outside. Personal Style is going to explode the top board at 55 to 1 over Win Missy B. Check Me Out. Sassy Syrnix 153 and 1 in a wild Hambletonian Oaks.
Dave, other than the call and the absolutely shocked call from track announcer Ken Workington, there was almost dead silence among the 25,000 here at the racetrack. First, Check Me Out makes a break. It was almost like a chain reaction. Maven shortly afterward makes a break, and we're going to take a look at this at the top of the stretch. I mean, this is why they actually race these things instead of leaving them on paper. It's a horse race. Anything can happen. If there was ever a race that proved it, it was this one.
It was, and we've had some tremendous upsets in the Hambletonian Oaks in the past, and yes, here is another one. 55 to 1 is the off-time price on Personal Style. I did throw her a little love there. I told you she was the biggest closing threat if this race was going to set up for a come from behind her here. Let's see what Donna's got with Dave Miller.
Dave, first of all, congratulations on your first Hambletonian Oaks win, but I have to say, nobody expected for the top 2 fillies to make a break in here. Were you surprised to see that?
Oh, I was just as surprised as everybody else. I mean, the last turn when I seen Timmy's filly take off running, I was shocked. And next thing I know, Maven was running too. I was totally surprised on that.
You've driven a lot of horses. You've won a lot of races. Any insight onto what could cause a filly who never really makes a break to do it at a time, such an inopportune time like this?
You know, it might have to do with the track or the footing of the track. You know, I'm not for sure the reason why she would run.
Dave, let's go back to you. You get your first Hambletonian Oaks win. What's this mean to you?
Oh, it's very special, you know. I've driven this filly for the last couple of years, and she's progressed, you know, slowly, and we were hoping one of these days she would luck out and get there, and she sure did.
She lucked out. You were in the right place at the right time. Well done. Gary.
Well, 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 smile on the face of David Miller, but I guarantee you there's no smile on the face of Tim Tetrick or of driver Yannick Gingras, or for that matter, Ray Schnitker, who I can't even imagine what Ray was seeing, because he was sitting about 4th or 5th when he must have seen Check Me Out make a break, move to the outside, and then Maven make a break, and then actually his filly made a break as well.
And his filly was real babe, and I'll tell you exactly what happened. There were some epithets coming out of Ray Schnitker's mouth, no doubt about that. Some colorful words, but that's the way Ray is, and today was not Check Me Out's day.
All right, let's take another look. I mean, here it is. They've already made a couple of breaks. Maven, again, kind of maybe triggered, maybe just a domino effect. And then you'll see down on the inside, about 4th or 5th, Ray Schnitker's filly right there goes off stride as well.
Well, right here, they're coming to a tiring crawl at this point, as the slow last quarter will indicate. Win Missy B and Brian Sears have inherited the lead, and they are desperately trying to hang on. You see Dave Miller imploring Personal Style to give her everything she has, and she goes by in the shadow of the wire. The final time of 1:53.1 was 1 tick off the stakes record, and who knows, Gary, it's not official because we have an inquiry sign posted on the 3rd place finisher. This could be the highest win payoff in Oaks history.
Number 2, Check Me Out, who was flashing on the board before we went to commercial, has been disqualified and placed 8th for interference while on a break with the 3-horse Maven.
And that interference took place at the 3/4 pole, no doubt about that. It took the judges a little while to make that determination, but here it is in video. You see her go off stride, you see Tim Tetrick try to move for clearance to the outside, and you see the chain reaction, as you called it. Maven, who was taken up by Yannick Gingras, she makes a break of her own, and the judges determined that that was interference.
Unbelievable. Right now, let's go down to Justin Horowitz for this report. Justin.
Guys, I tried to catch up with Tim Tetrick as he came off the track. Understandably, he was very upset. He simply said she made a break, and that's it. She got beat. Understandably upset. Part of the highs and the lows of the lows. A world record with Chapter 7, and then a break with the odds-on favorite Check Me Out. Guys, back to you.
The highs and lows of horse racing. Thanks, Justin. And as they say in the biz, ready to blow up the tote board, Dave?
Absolutely, Gary. $116.40 is what you got back for every $2 win ticket on Personal Style. And just in case you were wondering, no, that is not the highest win payoff in Hambletonian Oaks history. That belongs to Working Gal from 1990. She paid $122.80.
And you know what? And the folks that bet on the Sassy Syrnix, and I'm just assuming that they did. That's her rooting section over there. If they wagered on her even to show, it's like betting to win on a 5-to-1 shot. She paid $12.60 to show.
And that's a nice ticket to cash, especially on harness racing's greatest day. We can take that and parlay it right into the Hambletonian.